Some of my favorite lyrics that I've been a part of writing over the last few years are in this next song, and they say, "You were writing the pages before I had a name, before I needed grace, singing songs of redemption. Every time I ran away, you were louder than my shame." Anybody here need to know that again tonight? Just need to know that no matter where you've been, no matter what you've done in your life, God still loves you. He's still rooting for you. He's not going to give up on you. I like to thank my parents every night when I have a chance for just laying that groundwork at an early age and planting that seed and really instilling my faith and what it was to put your faith and trust in Jesus. I know had it not been for just the relationship that I watched my parents walk out and in their faith and the way that I watched them treat other people, I wouldn't have known that there was a God out there that loved me so much that he sent his son to die on a cross. I wouldn't have known there was a Jesus out there that died for my sins. And there's one thing I can say tonight that could maybe encourage another parent that was walking through the same situation that my family went through, was maybe just keep on praying, keep on believing and trusting in God for your kids, no matter what they're going through in their life. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, for hope in the future." I believe that with all my heart. I believe God has a special plan for everybody. I love it. I look out here tonight, I see all these young kids. I think this is awesome that you guys are coming out to these shows. There's one thing I can say, man, is surround yourself with people that love Jesus and love the Lord. Amen. I was growing up in high school, and I had plans and I had dreams, and if I'm being honest, if I would have gotten the things that I wanted, I'd have probably been retired from the NBA this year. But it didn't work out that way. I made some bad decisions my senior year of high school and lost a couple of Division I scholarship offers. I remember dropping out of high school and getting my GED my senior year at Christmas break and thinking my life was over. Just thinking, man, everything that I've worked so hard to become all my life is gone. It was gone in an instant. I didn't have anybody to blame for that but myself. You know, I had this amazing family. A year later, I walked on to a junior college and I made the basketball team and I got a full scholarship. I moved 4 hours away from home and I found myself right back in the same situation. I was always that guy that felt like the party didn't start until Zach got here and the party didn't end until I went home. And so I lived my life like that. My freshman year, I tore all the ligaments in my ankle and I had to redshirt, so I didn't play my first year in college. And I just remember falling back into the things that I was in high school, you know. It didn't take very long for me to realize I was right back in the same situation, just using drugs and alcohol every night. My college roommate had a guitar that looked almost just like this, and I remember picking it up one day and thinking, man, I was drawn to this guitar in a way that I'd never been to anything else. And all of a sudden I was like, well, I'm going to be a rock star now. Forget basketball. And I'm already living this lifestyle that I thought you had to live to play music and travel. And so for about the next 15 years of my life, I created this completely different person that I thought I had to live up to, that I thought I had to be. And I struggled day in and day out to make the right decisions. And I carried that into my marriage, and carried that into being a father. And I didn't think I could ever change. And I remember in 2012, I was leaving to go on tour. I was in a band. And my wife came to me. She said, you know, we're not going to continue to support what you're doing. Like, we can't stick around and watch you kill yourself. Like, if you can't make some changes, we're out. I didn't want to lose my wife and my kids. And I started thinking about this Jesus that my parents had brought me up to know. And 2 weeks into this tour, I remember just looking out the window of a bus. I had my headphones on. I was reading a book, and I was just like praying. I said, God, if you're who you say you are, if you're real, prove it. And if you can prove it, I'll leave all this behind. And it wasn't very long after that, a guy scanning radio stations driving our bus out of nowhere stops on this song called Redeemed by Big Daddy Weave in the middle of Spain. I remember calling my wife from a hotel and telling her, you're never going to believe this, I'm done. I'm quitting my band, and she couldn't believe it, you know. She didn't have any reason to believe me, but I knew I had to prove it. And I'll never forget walking in the door that day. She was getting our kids ready for school. When everybody was gone in the house, I walked in, cleared the shoes on my floor. I fell on my hands and knees and I said, God, I can't do this anymore. I can't continue to be this guy and live this way. Can you save me? In that moment, I knew that God saved my life. And I remember feeling like he was in that room with me with his hand stretched out and saying, Zach, welcome home. I say that tonight just to tell you, man, if he can save my life, he can save anybody's. I was one of the worst of the worst. And I also say it just to tell you guys, if you've had your rescue story, then you know how exciting it is. It's something to get excited about, to shout about, to praise about. But if you're here tonight and you just kind of stumbled onto this farm because you heard some music and you're still trying to figure out who Zach Williams is, well, Zach Williams is not important, but Jesus Christ is in this farm tonight. He's in this place. He's in Lifest, and he can change your life. Will you guys help us sing this?
Crying out from the pit of my despair, and there you were in the shadows, holding out to hand, you made me there. And now where would I be without you? Where would I be, Jesus? You were the voice in the desert, calling me out in the dead of night, fighting my battles for me. You are my rescue story, lifting me up from the ashes, carrying my soul from death to life, bringing me from glory to glory. You are my rescue story. You are, you are my rescue story. You are, you were right in the very before I had a name, before I needed bread. Oh, singing songs of redemption every time I ran away. You were love in my shade. And now where would I be without you? Where would I be, Jesus? You were the voice in the desert, calling me out in the dead of night, fighting my battles for me. You were my rescue story, lifting me up from the ashes, carrying my soul from death to life, bringing me from glory to glory. You were my rescue story, and you never gave up on me, never gave up on me. You were my